Good morning, everyone. It's Lorraine with Pampered Chef. Today is our third day of the party. It's hard to believe things are flying by so quickly. Wanted to take a couple of minutes of your time to continue to do our catalog walk and show you a little bit more about our Pampered Chef products. And my suggestion is, as you kind of walk through the catalog, is to make your own wish list. If you haven't yet created a cart, all you have to do is click the link for the party and then click into create an account. And then every time you add things to your cart, they will stay there. If you don't create the account, they go away. So you want to make sure you create the account, because what that does is it saves those products. And then in the end, you can decide what you're going to get and what you're going to hold off for another time for. So let's talk a little bit about microwave cooking. It's part of our society. Quick and easy and convenient is what we like. And so Pampered Chef developed products that would make the experience enhanced and better tasting. Because in the beginning, microwaves just basically warmed up your food and you really couldn't cook in them per se. But now you can with some of our products. And this gives you, as they say, instant gratification. So we're going to start off with our microwave pasta cooker. It can take 2 servings of any type of rice or pasta, and you're not going to have to worry about boiling over, which means cleanups are going to be a breeze. If you are primarily a microwave cooker, like maybe you're a college student or you just like quick and easy, convenient foods, and the microwave is your jam, then this is a great product for you. We also have a tortilla warmer. You can pop that into the microwave. It keeps everything nice and warm for I think up to an hour. And then we have our egg cooker plus. When I used to work at the office, I had one of these at my desk. I would spray it with a little bit of olive oil, put my eggs inside of there, throw in some veggies, and literally I would have this great nutritious meal, hot and fresh, way better than the cafeteria, and for a fraction of the price. This is actually exemplifies the idea of quick cooking. You can throw in an English muffin, throw in a bagel, pop in your eggs. They do not come out foamy or gross or what have you. They come out great. Pop that on a piece of toast, and boom, you have fast food in a little bit healthier environment in your own home. Then we have letter D, which is our micro cooker set. I cannot talk more about this when it comes to rice. That's what I primarily use mine for, because it is, I don't even take out a pot or a pan to cook rice any longer, because it's just so perfect in our micro cookers. They come in a set or individual, so you can choose as you'd like, but you can literally make rice in 17 minutes flat. If you have rice from leftovers like Chinese food, throw in about a tablespoon of water for a cup of rice. It brings it back to that nice springy taste versus like that firm hard taste that you would get when you try to just throw it back into a microwave without the steaming effect. And then the great one is the small one is perfect for just reheating a couple foods, maybe soups, things like that. If you ever put a soup bowl into the microwave, you know that what happens. It is super hot and it's hard to control that temperature. But these also prevent foods from over boiling. And then, of course, when you pull things out, they are not like scorching hot. They're warm, but they're not scorching hot. Then we have this brand new product, which is our popcorn makers. And let me give you a quick tip about the popcorn maker. So traditionally, what you think about is taking an item and putting it in the center of the microwave. That's just kind of how we did it and what we were taught. But really, the key to microwaving evenly is to actually take your cooking vessel and put it to the outside. So if you think about it, when you're using a microwave, it's going to go like this if you cook it in the center. But when you put your vessel on the exterior part, then it's going like this. And you're going to get a much, much even cooking process. And that's super important when you use the Pampered Chef's microwave popcorn. And it tastes like you just like hot air popped it. I almost said fried it, popped it in one of those little popcorn makers. So popcorn is actually really good for you, especially if you get organic popcorn. I will tell you that if you don't, all popcorn on the market, if it's non-organic, it's a GMO food, which is a genetically modified food, meaning they take it and they craft it in a lab and then throw it out in the fields. So the very best thing to do if you want to get a little bit more healthier experience and not have all that preservatives and Roundup in your food is to go organic. It does cost a little bit more when it comes to popcorn, but if you don't see organic, that means this is one of those genetically modified foods. Also, zucchini, just to let you know, is another food. If you don't get it organic, it is genetically modified. And really, any seedless food is as well. So Just the facts, but some good things to know about your food. So let's talk about our cheat sheets. These are our metal pans. And when Paula Deen had her own show, she actually used some of these on her show. These little metal rims are incredible. They're actually going to keep that pan from buckling, and they're really, really sturdy, and they have a nice weight to them. I love this modular new cooking pieces that we have. It's kind of cool because all of these can fit into the letter H, which is our largest heavy gauge steel pan. So combined with the strength of the product and the way the heat conduction works on aluminum, you have a great piece. I will lay down a piece of parchment, or I'll give it a nice spritz and spray with our kitchen spritzer, and that way it becomes a little bit less of a sticking type of surface, and it can cook foods up to 550 degrees. How do I know all this? Some of it's down there, and because I use the products all the time, it does make it super easy. So if you're saying, how does she remember all this? I do happen to remember some of it, but I can't take credit for even a quarter of it because it's all laying right here in front of me. But I will tell you that I use them all the time. I just don't always know the exact temperatures and things like that. So I just look at the pages and it tells me. So let's talk about our stoneware. If you don't have our stoneware, OMG, where have you been? This is a great, great product line. Our stones have been a staple in our kitchens with Pampered Chef for over, I think, 4 decades. Yeah, because we're on year 46. It is the best way to cook any kind of foods that have like excess moisture on them. Although I got to tell you, the air fryer is amazing. But this is a great way if you want to bake. So bake your cookies, bake your biscuits. You're not going to run and say, oh my gosh, the biscuits are burnt. And I will tell you that you could leave them in there forever. It's going to be hard as a hockey puck, but they're not going to burn. They don't burn any of your foods. If you have an older oven, it's a great product to help regulate the temperature. The way the food is being cooked on the top by the oven is exactly the way the baking soda is going to cook the bottom. So it duplicates that effect. So if your oven is off by 50 degrees, it's going to be off by 50 degrees on the stones, but it will cook everything evenly. So that's something very good to know. So again, no more burnt cookies, no more burnt biscuits. I love letter A. That is the large bar pan. I wish I had an individual picture of it. Actually, if you double click it, if you have the catalog, you can double click it and it will show you a large image, but it's hard for me to get back here. So we're going to stay right here. So you're going to be able to use this. This is going to like change the way you bake forever. So this is a bar pan. It's 12 and a half by 15 and a half. And I know that because this stone has been in my house for probably 22 years. And it's the very first stone I got. And I probably will never have to get another one of those. That's the great thing about it too. These do have a 3-year guarantee on them, but it's a stone. So they're going to stand the test of time. So let me give you a little information. If you're saying to yourself, gosh, those are a little bit pricier than the ones I found at Costco or at Target or whatever. I call it Target, but anyway, Target. But the reason they are is because they are made out of a completely different type of stone. So these are called, and by the way, I'll tell you what they're made out of. They're made out of terracotta clay. So if you ever see one of those like reddish type of clay pots, it's exactly the same thing. You can only cook biscuits and pizzas and breads and things like that. You cannot cook chicken nuggets, french fries, tater tots, onion rings, meatloaf, steaks, chicken, any food that have a little excess moisture, can't do it on those stones because they cannot stand the heat temperatures and what it takes to cook them. They actually smoke. Where ours are made out of gray clay, they're fired at 4,000 degrees, so they're not going to cross-contaminate your food. We've made them a little bit lighter. We've made them to go into the dishwasher now. I love the bar pan because you can do bar cookies, bar brownies, jelly roll, pumpkin roll, all directly on that par pan. And then you can actually make your whole entire meal: chicken breast, potatoes, veggie, pork chops. I can only think of potatoes right now, potato and veggie, but you can really do anything on there. Maybe some grilled vegetables over the entire surface and then store them into the refrigerator. So when you want a quick, healthy snack, boom, they're done. They have that nice kind of charred effect on them and they taste amazing. By the way, you'll notice at the top of the screen, it says it's in your kit. You can actually get one of our kits and this will be inside of it. So let me tell you guys, if you don't have a stone, my very first recommendation is to get a flat stone and a stone with sides. That's a great way to start off your collection of stoneware. And now we have this new oven to table elegance stoneware. And a result of these is that Again, we've made them lighter. This is your 9x13 pan. This is your 15-inch round stone. And then this piece here goes on top of the 9x13 pan. And it is new. It's deep. It's going to be able to fit like 6 layers of lasagna inside of there. And then you can put your biscuits on top of here when you're about to cook it. You can also put this lid on top of it when you're transporting it. Keeps all that heat inside. It will keep your food warm for about 3 hours. I love that. So when you go back for seconds, or maybe your husband or your spouse hasn't gotten home in time, the food is still warm. This is called your deep covered baker. We used to do these cakes at our parties where you can take a whole entire cake, put it inside of here, and in 10 minutes have this amazing chocolate lava cake. Then also a chicken, a whole rotisserie chicken, put it inside of there, 25 minutes flat, boom, it's done. You can see peppers go inside of here. It's nice and deep. So a nice big thing of macaroni and cheese. Really anything that has that you would cook with sides, now you can do it directly inside of here. You can proof breads in here, all kinds of things. Then we have these new stoneware pieces. I love them. They are partially stone, and then they have an enamel these are fully glazed. These are partially glazed. These are great because you can use them in the oven and then take them right to the table. And so you have that beautiful elegance of a nice stone, but you also have the functionality of it as well. So you have aesthetically pleasing as well as functional, which is really rare, but definitely here with Pampered Chef. Then we have some of our kind of entertaining type of tools. My boyfriend every single week will make a big old thing of tea, and tea settles, orange juice settles, sangria settles, margaritas settle, and this is perfect for mixing and stirring up those types of foods like orange juice where the pulp settles. This, holy moly, if you have a friend or somebody who loves wine, get them a bottle of wine for the holidays and then get them this Pampered Chef wine opener. It is so easy. Press the button, pulls it out, press the button, ejects the cork, good to go. Simple and easy. Then we also have some wine essential tools, which is like an aerator. So when you're pouring it, it makes it easy to pour and also brings a little bit of air to that wine as it comes out. We have where is it here? The premium char, forget it. I think it's charcuterie. I never can say it right. But anyway, there's a new trend where you take butter and you put it on the board, and then you put on all kinds of toppings and seasonings, or peanut butter, put it on top of there, and people just literally scoop it right off of there. Cream cheese, mix it up, throw it on top of there, throw on a couple of seasonings, and it's like a whole board of cream cheese people will just use for crackers and so on. This piece here is our Cool and Serve. It's awesome for these eggs, and also can hold 24 chocolate covered strawberries. I think, let me see here, letter K keeps things cool. I think it's for 3 to 4 hours, but it doesn't say there, but it does say deeper in the catalog. Then we have a cheese knife. Cheese knife is a bomb.com. It literally slices through. You can use it with our charcuterie board and it works well for cutting up and slicing up cheese and so on, which is tough to do sometimes. We also talked already about our cast iron enamel pans, but hey, this is a perfect item for your holiday gatherings. This is a perfect little item to use for getting out those juices. And then you have a cleaning tool that comes along with it. This beautiful salad bowl. It is stunning, worth every penny. Then I love making homemade salad dressing, so this is perfect for that. Let's talk about these side dishes. You know, when you're making foods for your family or you're doing entertaining, it's always those side dishes that get cold, right? Well, this is going to keep your food warm for 2 solid hours. Then you have a clear lid so everybody knows what's inside of there without taking the lid off. They have little clips that sit on the side, so that way when you want to use, you don't have to have more space for the lid. You can just stick it right there and then put it back on when you're not using it. Ice cream maker, great for froyo, ice cream, ice milk, wine slushies, all kinds of things. A friend of mine bought this. She has a berry bush in her yard, and she would always show me all the raspberry ice cream she made, and I so wanted to have some, but we didn't live near each other. Then we have a salt and pepper grinder, and then we also have the utensil clip, which keeps that right on the side of any type of pot or pan so it doesn't dribble down the side, and it doesn't create more space that you need. So tomorrow we will cover some of our kitchen tools, and we are on page 35. We are halfway through the catalog. So tomorrow we'll cover about 15 more pages. And then on Wednesday, we'll finish it up and we will have the whole entire catalog complete. As I always say, if you're interested in learning more about this business, stop. Don't think about it anymore. You don't have to do this. You can take my videos and my team uses them for their own use. So you don't have to do all this. I just miss the atmosphere of going into people's homes and making food in front of them, but it's just not not an option these days. So as a result, we have this option here. So I hope you enjoyed our catalog review for today. We're going to come back tomorrow and talk about some of our cutting, prepping, and stirring and storing foods that will make your job super easy, and they're items that you are going to use every single day in the kitchen. So thank you guys so much, and book your party if you haven't already done so. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you soon.